up, Wildcats? So it's that time of the week again. So if you missed out on any of the action that happened this past week here inside BCU Athletics, I'm here to help you out. I'm Selena Garcia, and this is CatEye Rewind.
Alright, so we'll first get a look inside track and field. Both men and women's track and field teams competed in the Indoor MEAC Championships last week in Landover, Maryland, where the men came away with their first indoor conference championship, defeating North Carolina A&T by 1.5 points. Edricus Williams led the way, winning the men's high jump with a distance of 6 feet 9.5 inches. Other key performances included second place finish by Angelo Cabrera in the men's 60 meters, Michael Tiller in the men's triple jump, and Nambi Davis in the men's heptathlon. But it was Tremaine Banks' ability to finish the 200 meters in 8th while injured and get the Wildcats a key point that proved to be the difference. Meanwhile, for the Lady Wildcats, they went into Saturday with an 11.5 point lead, but Hampton made a surge in the final day to win the women's championship. That doesn't overshadow the performance of the Lady Cats, led by Deidre Jordan, who was named Outstanding Field Athlete after winning the women's pentathlon and coming in 3rd in the women's long jump. Other first-place finishers included Tristy Johnson in the women's 60 meters and Desiree Richardson in the women's shot put. The next weekend of competition for the Wildcats will be February 27th to March 1st, as they are scheduled to compete in the USATF Indoor Championships and also kick off the outdoor season at the Tiger Relays in Savannah, Georgia. For more info, be sure to check out Run Hard, Turn Left bi-weekly here on CatEye Network. The men and women's basketball teams both returned to Daytona this past weekend as they hosted both North Carolina Central and North Carolina A&T. For the women, they managed their largest win of the season on Saturday as they defeated the Lady Eagles 71-57. Taranisha Hollis shot 6 for 13 from the field to lead the Lady Cats with 18 points, while Kendrick Cooper added 17 points as well. Kaylin Williams also did her part, holding Raquel Davis, who leads the MEAC in rebounding, to 4 rebounds on the day. On Monday, Williams became the all-time leader for career block shots, and Jasmine Knowles added 11 points, but North Carolina A&T proved to be too much, defeating BCU 52-46. As for the men, on Saturday, North Carolina Central came away with the 65-51 victory. Standouts for the Wildcats included Brandon Stewart and Ricky Johnson, who scored 17 and 11 points respectively. On Monday against the Aggies, BCU came away with a 78-56 victory. Stewart led the way with 21 points and 6 rebounds, while Quentin Brewer had 16 points and 10 rebounds in the victory. Both men and women's teams take the hardwood again this Saturday for the basketball homecoming against Florida A&M. If you can't make it to Daytona, be sure to tune in on CatEyeNetwork.tv. The baseball team kicked off their season this past weekend in Statesboro, Georgia for a weekend series against Georgia Southern. Unfortunately for the Wildcats, the Eagles came away with the series sweep. On Friday, Jake Welch went 1 for 4, while Brandon Wilkes went 1 for 3 as Georgia Southern came away with a 3-0 victory. On Saturday, Nathan Bond went 3 for 4 with a double and stolen base, and Welsh had a 3 RBI triple, but the Eagles still managed to win 12-8. Austin Garcia went 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs, and Demetrius Sims went 3 for 5, but the Wildcats' rally back from a 7-run deficit fell short as Georgia Southern held off BCU 9-8. The Wildcats returned to action this weekend as they opened their home schedule with a weekend series against Mercer. Now on to softball. The Lady Wildcats competed in the Jacksonville Invitational this past weekend up in Jacksonville, Florida for a 5-game slate. On Friday, Shamaria Ingram went 2 for 4 with an RBI, and Sophia Ortega hit a 3-run home run as BCU defeated Akron 8-5. In the evening matchup, the Lady Cats rallied with a 3-run deficit against hosts Jacksonville to get the victory 6-3. In Saturday's afternoon session, Kalisha Shelley and Mariah Davis both went 2 for 4, while Ingram hit a 2-run home run, but it wasn't enough as Syracuse held off BCU 5-4. In the evening rematch against Akron, the Lady Cats were held to 2 hits as the Lady Zips won 8-0 in 5 innings. In Sunday's rematch against Jacksonville, Shelley went 3 for 4 and Gina Capitini had 2 RBIs, but the Lady Dolphins came away with a 3-2 victory. The Lady Wildcats head to Fort Myers this weekend for a 4-game slate at the FGCU Invitational. It wasn't the best of weekends for the men and women's tennis teams as they both suffered setbacks. For the men, they fell to Charleston 5-2 on Friday as the duos of Walla Guattari, Kevin DeLinghi, Alexander Chepik, and Alvaro Barrera managed the only victories for the Wildcats. On Saturday, Guattari defeated Eduardo Alfonso for BCU's only victory in a 6-1 defeat to FGCU, while Gilbert Rodich and Diego Garavito managed a win in doubles competition in another 6-1 defeat for BCU, this one against Troy. For the women, they dropped a close one to UConn on Saturday 4-3, where Gabby Chinchilla, Alejandro Vidal, and Adele Messina came away with victories. The women next take the court on Thursday as they head to D-Land to face Stetson, while the men get 2 weeks off before they have to match up against Florida Atlantic and Miami.
All right, Wildcats, well, that concludes this week's show. Remember, for more information, you can check out bcuathletics.com and make sure you follow us up on all of our social media platforms. I'm Selena Garcia. See you next week.